clam bake. This is how we're going to do it. These 3 boxes right here came in this morning about 9 o'clock. Everything came Federal Express. These 2 boxes, the large boxes, are the lobsters. They're packed in here. We got 57 of them. And as you can see, these are 1.5 to 2 pounders right here. So this box is breaking, but they get packed up in Maine Friday afternoon, and they get shipped out FedEx overnight, and they come here. They get shipped with a little bit of rockweed to make it that nice homey touch for them before we kill them, and that's how they get shipped out. The clams, we got 45 pounds of clams this time around, down from 65 pounds, are in this box. And again, they're packed in rockweed, but this is a type of clam. It's called a steamer, and these we've got 45 pounds of these. They get packed in rockweed or newspaper or something like that in order to keep them from breaking. What we have to do now is we have to clean the clams because they have sand and so forth. They're down in the mud flats, so we have to clean those, and we'll do that in a couple of minutes. These 2 boxes are rockweed. You heard me mention it about packing it over there. Rockweed is a form of seaweed. It gets attached to attaches itself and grows off the rocks in the tidal areas of the Maine coast, and you use the rockweed to help impart a flavor to the clams and lobsters, and also they will use it for packing, but it imparts a flavor to the clams and lobsters, which you'll see when we start doing the actual operation itself. Here you see a wheelbarrow full of split pine. Pine is a softwood, so it burns real fast. Basically what we're going to do on the cooking, which you'll see, is we're going to have a very intense fire for about 50-55 minutes, maybe as long as possibly an hour, in which time we'll go through that wheelbarrow full of soft pine, dry pine, maybe a few extra sticks, and that's the actual fuel. You don't want a hardwood because a hardwood takes too long to get to a hot flame and then will burn for too long. So you want something nice and soft that burns real fast and very intensely. So that's the type of wood that you want. What you see right here is the bake plate itself. I have it on a firebox made out of 24 cinder block. Because the ground is uneven and so forth, I've had to make the plate nice and level by using stones or something underneath the corners and then making sure that the level was good. So I have regular bricks along the side to close the gap between the firebox itself and the plate itself. That's just to keep the heat in. If you had a nice even firebox, you wouldn't need to have any of those things. The plate itself is 3 feet square. It has a 6-inch side, and on 2 opposite corners, about 3 or 4 inches in from the corner and 1 1/4 inch up from the bottom of the plate, I have a 3/4 inch hole. And that 3/4 inch hole, as I said, the bottom of the hole is 1 1/4 inches up. So the center of this 3/4 inch hole is, I think, 1.5 inches up, something like that. But that is a weep hole, and during the bake itself, you'll see where that comes in handy. And there's another one on the opposite side. I remember when I had the plate made 10 years ago on the spur of the moment, and I was driving down Fullerton Avenue here in Chicago and saw a ironmonger. Went in, described what I wanted, sketched it all out for him, and he said, $295, see me in a week. I said, all right, and I went home and told my wife about it, and I was kind of worried because, you know, $300 that was a fair amount of money. She put her hand on my shoulder and said, honey, you've spent more on stupider. So that was how I managed to get the baked plate. And you'll see later on during the actual cooking where those weep-holes come in and why everything has to be level. Inside the plate itself, I've placed 5 bricks. And then on top of the bricks, I've put on hardware cloth. The reason for that is that a clam bake, unlike a fish boil, a clam bake has the seafood steamed. The seafood is not boiled. It's not supposed to touch the hot water. It only gets steamed. So what will happen is we will put the rockweed down, some rockweed down on the bottom, put on cheesecloth to keep the clams up so they don't sink into the rockweed, and then we'll put on the lobsters and then more rockweed. That's called building the bake. But when this is filled with water and the heat turns it into steam, it passes through the rockweed, cooks the food, comes down again in a big cycle. And that's where those weep-holes will come in. The tarps, I've got 3 tarps here. The tarpaulins are the things that keep the entire thing together at the very top and keep all the heat in. So you do that. These are optional. We're going to have a big bake this time. We've got, like I said, 45 pounds of clams and 57 lobsters. With the sides of the bake plate being only 6 inches, that's not enough. You need to have some more height to your side. So basically, you just take 4 pieces of wood, you bolt them together after you place them in, making sure not to cover up the weep holes, and that makes an additional taller side for you so that you can put in the seafood higher. Probably the most important part of an enjoyable clam bake is cleaning the clams, because dirty clams really just take all the fun out of the thing. You get a very gritty experience. You get the sand that the clams have been in, trying to eat that stuff, and it makes for a very unpleasant experience. Cleaning the clams is also a fairly long process in terms of time, but it's not all that much effort. Basically what you're trying to do is make the clams happy enough that they're going to open, and then when you start washing the clams, moving them with your hands and so forth, you wind up getting sand out before they close again. You then throw out the old water with all the sand in it and repeat the process. And this time I'm going to hasten the process by using some oats, oatmeal, and that will help open them up faster, so that then I can start working it. Because clams have a sharp edge on the clamshell, it gives a very nasty razor cut if you're not careful. I'm using cloth work gloves to move the clam. You can see how dirty the water is. Here's some of the clams. We've still got a little bit of seaweed in there. That's fine, it adds character. Now basically when I'm cleaning them, actually doing the mechanical cleaning, I'll put my hand down underneath into the body of clams there, the layer of clams, and I'll gently lift up while they're open to get some water movement and get the, help get the sand out. And then of course as you move them, they recognize it and they start shutting up again. So it's just a continuous process, and basically you can't really hurry it. You just have to move at a clam's pace, because that's the object of the whole thing. What people don't really understand is that the difference between the Midwest fish boil and a New England clam bake is that in a clam bake, everything is steamed, it's not boiled. The clams and lobsters and so forth never reach the water. So what we're going to do, first of all, is put down a bed of rockweed. Now you're going to see some husks of corn here because we don't have enough rockweed out here in Illinois. It's not like it grows on trees. So we're using corn husks as a slight filler. But the rockweed is what adds the je ne sais quoi to the food in a clam bake. As the steam cycles through, it goes through the rockweed, heats up the food, goes to the top layer of rockweed and comes back down.
What does rockweed grow on? Where does it come from?
Rockweed grows on the tidal area, between the high tide and low tide mark, on rock in a cold sea like the Atlantic Ocean. So, what Ron and I do, it's called a lobster.
Look out for the plant.
Is, without any plastic, we put down a bed of rockweed on the hardware cloth and everything else. And you can never have...
There's some styrofoam there.
Up, take that out.
No styrofoam.
No styrofoam. And Ron, right behind you is another box of rockweed. Open that up. Let's put the entire box of that rockweed in.
All of it on top?
All of it.
Not putting any on top of the lobster?
We got the other box of rockweed.
Is that stuff edible?
Rockweed, no. Now, like I said, rockweed is what adds the je ne sais quoi. It adds the flavor to this whole thing. And another one. Okay, that's enough. All right, now, be that way.
They're biting?
All right, Ron, you're closer to being done on it, so go on over there.
Those people that
They're sweet.
I got an article about it.
We take three.
Right. Your imagination.
Take 3 sheets
Maybe
of.
just the
Go ahead,
perfumes
stick
and
yours
shampoo
down.
and all that. 'Cause some people give off some
Straight
kind
in.
of pheromone or something.
This is quite a knife.
3 sheets of cheesecloth. Here, let's do this one. Spread it all the way out. And this forms a nice little nest so that the clams don't get down. Let's open this up. Whoops. A little more. Okay. Stick it in. And then the third one we'll put this way to.
They are as the same.
Okay, now we can put the clams on
All right.
without having the clams sink into the rockweed. Yeah. They get spread out evenly.
Where's Joe? Huh?
Ellen?
Yeah.
We have the hot dogs and eggs and stuff. All right. We move them a little bit away from the edge here so we can have the extended frame on, which you'll see in a minute.
Are those dead?
No,
No.
they're alive.
Except the hot dogs, they're dead.
This is a live lobster.
Louis.
These are 1.5 to 2 pounders.
Say a little prayer and make this and say, well, hasta la vista, baby. We loved you while you were here.
I'll never forget that Annie Hall movie.
Oh,
Lobsters for you to cut. Blue man.
could be friend. Oh, praise the
And then right afterwards, my dad's
So
like,
now
classic mistake.
we need to extend the sides.
guys hanging out in the sun.
That's what he said. He's got another can going over there.
Styrofoam.
And put that in there. Put that side up there.
That's right.
The side is simply an extension of the sides here. It does not go all the way down. It's just kind of a loose fit. Basically, it keeps the seafood in, and you can pile it up higher. As long as I don't cover these weep holes, which are the most important part of the entire process, we're good. Now it's just a question of Ron opening up that other box, and we get the remainder of the lobsters on.
So the cooking time is probably very short.
Cooking time, I'm going to keep these on for...
Ooh, see this guy.
Oh my God.
Right?
He's snapping. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm going to keep these on for an hour. I tend to do it longer than Ellen does, but that's just me.
Get all the styrofoam on.
Oh, take the styrofoam off.
I know.
Get the hose.
Yeah.
Rinse
He's
it
got
off.
styrofoam on.
Ah,
You can tell right away.
Ellen,
we got a surprise
we
for
have
you.
a
Come here.
surprise for you.
Just for you. This is Larry.
Oh my goodness.
I had them put in a 4-pounder.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
You can
Okay.
pull
Oh
up
my
another
goodness.
one. You can see the difference
Yes.
between
Holy crap.
the two of them. So anybody can have any lobster they want,
Except
except for this
Larry.
one. This goes to Ellen.
You haven't even started the fire.
That's a Norse. It's Norse mythology heaven.
Yeah, it's like Viking.
All right, cool.
heaven.
Yeah.
I can take it from here.
You got.
Okay,
Of all people, yeah, everybody knows it.
now we put on the rest of the rockweed. All right, I need corn.
Yeah, then you unstack it, sort of.
All right.
I got one falling. I want to participate. There.
All right, we need hot dogs.
Why not?
Okay, do we have all the hot dogs?
I got a few more.
All right.
Around again.
Just putting
Anywhere
it.
in particular?
Well, I try to do these things towards the side, but you can simply because that way it's easier to serve.
You end up putting the cover on?
Yes, those tarps behind you. Some people would say, "Who moved my cheese?" I say, "Who moved my tarp?" Now, as I had said, the clams and lobsters are steamed. So what we do is we fill the bake plate with water until the water reaches the bottom of the weep hole and starts coming out. Then when the fire goes on, the fire will heat up the water, and when it's roiling and boiling, the water will come out.
Okay.
And also steam. When the water runs dry, that's my cue to put in more water until the plate starts filling up again, and we simply repeat the process for approximately an hour. Okay, Ron, it's starting. You saw the water coming out.
Thank you.
Camera back.
We didn't invite them. Now it's just a question of keeping the fire roaring for an hour
It really takes that long. I'm surprised.
And watching water level.
Because
and watching the
when
water
you steam
level.
them in water,
Excuse me?
The trick is to alternate hands. Oh, I'm losing my corn.
Now we take the top layer of rockweed off. That forms a bed for the cooked lobster.
Mean to be getting in your way here, but
Okay, bring your buttercups.
And as you can see,
Get a shot
What used to be-
get a shot of a lobster to get close.
what used to be a nice green or green lobster, mottled red, mottled brown lobster is now
But you can start
red.
filling up with the other stuff. I got the other stuff. I only want a lobster. I don't want. Yeah, did you get your other stuff that you want?
Okay.
Okay, I'll fill your buttercup.
All right, so now these come down here.
Lobsters are
Then we put the
last
bottom.
meat, and we keep them hot down there amongst the seaweed. The first thing you get is the clams. which are
Get
down
Larry
at
in the
bottom,
corner.
and the corn, the rice.
where's Larry?
Now,
There's Larry.
take a picture of the difference between him, Ron. Pick up Larry, and pick up one of the other ones.
Wow, those are big lobsters.
Well,
That's
a
Larry.
4-pounder.
That's a 4-pounder.
Burning the hell out of me.
I ordered him special yesterday.
Buttercup.
He's for
Bring
Ellen.
it on.
That's very nice of you. That is the largest lobster I've ever seen.
Buttercups are up there on that table.
It looks like.
Hey, this one's still alive!
And boy, is he pissed.
You got to put him in Lake Michigan.
See? That's still hot enough to...
So the top of the thing got good and hot.
Oh, yeah.
Buttercups. Buttercups. You want your corn? Get a buttercup up there on that table. Buttercup. Yeah, she. I'm looking for a little corner of this thing that I can
Ron
put
will,
this into.
Ron will give you a corner.
Back and get more, so it stays warm. Can you take this lobster down the corner, Ron?
I'm sorry?
Get these,
Take this
clear this
lobster down
corner
the
out
corner.
for Ellen.
Take him down. Oh, I see.
I just want
Yeah.
this over
I got it.
Okay. Hi. What are we missing? I've been scatterbrained all day.
Wait until everybody else.
Eduardo, it's mostly for you, I think.
Nice job, John. Mission accomplished.
Yes, now you know
Now time to
what
reap
we
and
do.
eat.
Now you know what we do for foolishness out here in Chicago. Get eggs and corn and hot dogs and everything else. If you want to eat your clams now?
No, you can. There's no reason not to if you want to.
Okay.
Now, have you ever had steamers before?
Yes.
I have no idea how this works.
The buttercup is up here on that table.
Here, yeah.
The black thing there? Off the neck, all right?
He calls it circumcising.
You're circumcising the clam.
Well, maybe there's a technique I don't know. No, I don't know. Show me. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong.
I need to
Learn how.
get over here. We have plenty, so you come back for more.
Otherwise, in spite of the heat, it will congeal.
Please. Thank you.
Come back for more.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
Come back for more.
Not a whole lot.
They're on the table, the little custard cup size. On the middle table.
I might be saying it wrong, but it's
Can't tell what they are.
So I see all your flowers in the garage. Is that what you're
Are you quiet because your babies are not here?
How are the clams?
You were telling me you were sad. You look
Good.
Tired.
You ready to do the tail?
Yep.
You know how to do it though, right?
Well, no, I've learned a few things, so you can show me. I will.
The tail,
And then,
you bend backwards, it comes off. All right? Like I said, you may or may not want those legs. We'll stick it here, you can have them. You do the same thing with the fins at the very end. You rip those back. There is good meat inside the fins. So you take your lobster pick and you rip open the fin and you get a little sliver of meat in there. The tail itself, after you've ripped off the fin, first of all you can suck out the juice, but you can push.
Baby.
So
I'm a
now,
slow learner. Would you like to show him?
now you peel back this top. Okay? This is roe. This was a female. This is roe. This is tamale, that greenish stuff at the top. Some people like the roe. Some people like the tamale. I don't. It's a personal preference. Do what you got to do. All right. Then here you've got the entrails of the thing. They'll come right straight out, very easily displayed. You take that off, and you now have two good pieces of meat. These are 1.5 to 2 pounders. All this stuff in. Yep. There's 2. Right now, hang on, you're going to need butter. You need butter dishes. You should have behind you. You don't want butter? You want butter? All right.
They like their arteries free flowing at 60 miles an hour.
what, you cooked it out on this thing?
Yep. It works. I had this thing made special 10 years ago.